Hey Global Leader, if you have an international corporate career or wants to have a regional or global role in a multinational company, you know how global leadership skills are important. One key skill is cultural competence. Did you know that studies now show that one of the fastest ways to increase your cultural competence is by living abroad for at least 1 year? If you want to learn what other ways you could also explore to raise cultural competence, you can watch this video here. Living abroad sounds exciting, and you might have this feeling too. But before you jump right into this initiative, I want to share with you the perspective that I learned by talking to numerous expatriates around the world. What they miss the most after becoming expatriates boils down to 3F's, which is what I want to share with you today. Hi, I'm Tati Fittipaldi, and in this channel, we make videos to help global leaders make impactful business decisions and become more effective, inclusive, and influential. So you are here today because you want to learn what are the 3F's expatriates miss the most while living abroad. Are you ready? So let's start with some context first. When you first go to live in another country, it feels more like going on an adventure. Most expatriates, like me, are more focused on the thrill than on the real long-lasting life consequences. At first, everything is novelty and seems exciting. And even if you experience some hurdles like your international moving cargo taking a few more months to arrive, your resilience level is pretty high still, and you can quickly adapt. After some months into the expatriation experience, though, you already encountered many of the usual obstacles and difficulties, like opening the first bank account, getting your first credit card, buying your first car, mapping out all the chores and the respective providers, and so on. Oh, and there's the whole name confusion for some expatriates. People with long names and last names not fitting in the fields. Or the opposite, people with very short names and last names not being accepted in certain fields. During all these first challenges, expatriates often don't realize that they miss the 3F's. They start to become aware about what they are missing only between the 9th and the 12th months of experience. That's right, that happens because this initial part of the transition is usually so intense that you don't really think much about anything else. During this period is also when you are working on local paperwork, like work permits, driving license, social security or a local equivalent, finding the first job for a spouse or a school for the kids, and so on. So yeah, it's natural that you don't have time to think about anything else. Want to download this infographic? I will leave the link in the description below. Between 9 and 12 months is when you first start to really miss stuff. You start to miss the 3F's in the expatriation experience. F number 1, family. Most expatriates leave family members behind, either siblings or parents or maybe in-laws, sometimes even spouses and kids, depending on how long the assignment will take. When you are saying your goodbyes at home, you might not imagine how much you will feel the loss of their presence in your life. We take things for granted, to be very honest. Once we are apart, living off of Zoom conversations, it's when you know how much you really miss them, how much you miss their hugs, how much you miss them in those times when everything went wrong and you just want someone to cheer you up with silly faces and jokes. It's when you realize how they know exactly how to put you up on your feet again. As an expatriate, you might get into the local community and make new friends, but nothing is like the hug from your special family member. Your new friends will cheer you up when needed, but it will take them several years to really learn what to do and nail it. So it's natural to feel a bit lonely during the initial period. F number 2, food. Food is a big one. Some people miss it sooner, others later. But after your first year abroad, you could do anything for your favorite national food. You start looking for other people from your nation who locally sell goods and products from your country so that you can cook your favorite national dish or eat that favorite snack. In my country, it is customary to eat bread with a special cheese spread for breakfast. To get the special cheese spread, I have to drive far away to specialized market, and it costs me at least 5 or 10 times the price I would pay for it in my own country. Needless to say, I indulge only a few times a year with this special spread. Some things you miss are simply impossible to acquire. For example, there might be certain fruits and vegetables that you consume in our country that might not survive a long transit for import. Also, local foods might taste completely different. I might sound a little crazy here, but the avocado here tastes differently from the one in my country. Adapting to local foods depends mostly on personality and intent. But it can drive a lot of expatriates crazy, either because they go to great lengths to acquire their favorite foods or because they end up spending large amounts of money on them, or because they decide to simply deprive them completely to avoid the trouble. Either way, food is a big thing that expatriates miss. Number 3, friends. Although some people might think that this is a debatable subject, friends are another one of the 3 big F's expatriates miss. Yes, indeed, you can make new friends, and we end up making new friends. No one can live without friends, quite frankly. But the truth is, you have friends you love and enjoy spending time with, and they will be left behind. Because you move far away, it does not mean they are dead to you now. So it makes sense that you will miss them, even though you might have new friends. I have a friend who I would see only once per year back in my country, and we would go to this special bakery shop. There, we would have a piece of cake with a special coffee or another type of milk beverage. We would chat the entire afternoon while eating pastries and treats. Then we would meet the following year. I miss those encounters. You see, we think we can always go back to visit our home country and check in with our beloved friends, but no one accounts for extreme situations that happen in our lives. This time around was COVID-19, but many expatriates reported to me that in the last 30 years, there were many extreme situations that might not have been worldwide like this, but that have prevented them from visiting their home countries. Being an expatriate means you are leaving people and things behind, without really knowing when you will have the opportunity to meet them again. Thinking you will see them again is an assumption. And even when you meet them again, you will notice that they have moved on with their lives, and your relationship has become a little different now. Not participating and being present in people's lives changes things and relationships, and you have to be aware of that as an expatriate. So this is the moral of the story for you. Whether you are an expatriate or not, and whether you live elsewhere or not, enjoy the people around you. Cherish the food you like when you are savoring it. And appreciate your friends present around you every single day. Don't take them for granted. Live in the present moment and enjoy the things that life brings you. If you are an expatriate or soon to be, you don't have to do this transition alone. Hire me as your executive and transition coach. I will leave a link to my services below. There you go, Global Leader. Now you know all about the 3F's expatriates miss the most. If you are an expatriate, tell me in the comments below which of the 3F's you miss the most. I'm Tati Fittipaldi, and if you are a growing leader aiming for an international career in big corporations, like and subscribe to our channel. I want to soar the leadership in you. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, I want to tell you one more thing. You are a global leader. The question is, do you have all the skills that you need to succeed? I'd love to help. I save my very best tips for my subscribers. Subscribe for free at coachingexpatriates.com. I know your inbox is sacred, so I promise I will send you emails that you will love.